the shortest day is going to be on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Shortest day of the year. If you're in the Southern
Bring it on.
Hemisphere. No, I only know that because that's my son's birthday.
That's my daughter's birthday too.
Oh, there we go. Oh, she must be an amazing
And
person.
I look forward to it because after that, the days get longer. 1 minute at
Yep.
a time or something. But it's all good.
Yeah,
Lighter.
we get very short days. Yeah. So welcome to the Prosperity
Must be the
Game
shortest day of
on-
the year, shortly.
Yeah, Wednesday. Yeah, as we say, it's Claire's daughter's birthday, my son's birthday. So, we've already celebrated my son's birthday, so that's all pretty good. So, welcome to week 2 of the Money Attraction Game, and thanks to Nicolette, we've added another field into the Sally's played with it a bit into the app, and it'll be interesting to see get the feedback. So welcome everybody, and let's see, before we get feedback on the new field, how has everybody been going with the game in week 2? What I might do, I might start, so get everybody underway. I think I mentioned to you that instead of resetting, I've just been going on. So every day I'm now getting 40, I think I got $42,000 yesterday. And it's an insane amount of money to be getting every single day. And you get to the stage where you just can't spend it anymore. Like, Paul Cummins, who he's got himself a new girlfriend from Kenya. And I went, oh, okay, well, that sounds like and he's going to go to Kenya with his girlfriend. I said, well, that'd be a nice thing to do. Let's take the family to the Serengeti and Africa.
Yeah.
And you just do it in style now, But still, it's another 40, that's $80,000. That's 2 days. It still keeps coming and coming and coming. And so I just started to pay off the mortgage. But again, all of a sudden, you've got a lot of equity in the mortgage. And so what I've been doing with the game is, as the equities built up in the mortgage, I've just redrawn on that and invested that into, I'm going to build a granny flat out the back. So I think what happens is that when you get to the higher levels, and once you've got everything, you tend to play around with it a little bit more. Ray, how was your experience in week 2?
Well, I got into the habit of playing with the app every day and letting it roll over,
Yeah.
And so this morning it zoomed up to $91,000, and I thought, well, that wasn't bad for a day's work, type of thing. And but it is the ritual of doing the app is also important, I found. Okay, and now it comes up automatically while I have it on a task system in Outlook, but now I'm thinking to do the app, long before the alarm bell rings, But what it is for a day or two, and just opening up the neural pathways from a money perspective, and so that's what do you call it?
Alison,
Reprogramming.
I don't know. Yeah,
anchoring the reprogramming.
Soaking up the info will do for a phrase. Okay, from there, and that's about it where I am. Paul, it's just been good. Thanks.
Well, the question is, what you're going to spend $91,000 on? He's not sure. He's got to think about it. Alison, how did you go? This week?
So, actually, what Ray has said is something that I'm not doing. So I do bursts of purchases because life's very busy. But what this game is really about is, as Ray says, the reprogramming, right? And I really want to start, as opposed to, I really want to start making it a daily ritual whereby, thank you, Lord, for the money. And here it is, I'm now going to spend it. So that's something that I need to and want to start making a regular habit, because that whole the whole neural pathways thing is when you're walking that path backwards and forwards over and over. And if you only go once a week, well, the pathway is not going to get entrenched very much. But if you're going every day, then that's where it really gets sort of established. So I need to revisit my so early in the morning, I think I need to revisit my my schedule and my, you know, how I'm sort of spending the money so that it becomes a regular daily event.
Yeah, it's kind of like exercise. You can't just do it once every 2 weeks. Sally would know this. You would become a marshmallow after a while. So it's something you have to do on a daily. No, for me, I just do it every day. I've got a few things I do every day. I've got a daily routine. Who else has a daily routine that they follow? Not for this game, but just in general. Like I think Sally's got a gratitude one, and Nicolette, you've got one. Claire's got one.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep. Ray, Alison. So yeah. So
yeah, I have one, but mine's not consistent, and I haven't built this into the daily routine.
Okay. All right. Well, maybe you should anchor in a daily routine. Go and get one of these elastic bands, and every time you do it, you should, they'll anchor it in nicely. Right. Nicolette, welcome back. I know that it wasn't the best trip back to Holland, but it's good to have you back in Australia again. And I know that you're playing this game with your husband.
While we were talking, I actually put it in my calendar. So it's 6:30 to 6:45. It's a prosperity game, and I've just invited my husband to it. So that's all starting. We also started a weekly money date night, so we can discuss that in more detail and really see where everything is going from income to outcome. And I think it's just important to have that conversation within your relationship, within your family. Even which we don't have children, but with children and everything else as well, because it's not just us what we're doing, it's involving the whole family, or even friends with it. Like we have conversations with friends about it. So I've been talking to them about the prosperity game and all those things. It's inspiring other people to take that action as well. And if they do the game, or it doesn't need to be the game, it's just having that money mindset working, and what Ray was saying, get into that mode of money mindset. And part of daily routine is your money making and your revenue and income making activities. Is that part of your daily routine? If that's not part of your daily routine, you're not in business. So I think that's just vitally important to be in that mind frame of it as well. So and if you involve your family with it or not, or friends, but yeah, I think for me it's just very important to have those conversations and to start the day with that. So I've just added it to my calendar, so thank you. It's part of my daily routine now.
Oh, fantastic. And it really is important, because what you put out is what you get back. And the whole idea of the game is to expand your relationship with money. So if you continually put in something bigger out there, you're allowing something bigger to come back. And, you know, it's important to, even if you think you don't want the money, it certainly helps. You can certainly help a lot more people if you have the money in the bank account.
I mean, the really makes the difference is the embodiment, not just the reading and the talking and all that stuff, but it is the embodiment of your practices.
Yeah.
So if you don't embody it, then you're not going to change it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's a whole process. It's like exercise. What we were saying before, it's not going to happen overnight. It's a gradual process. Claire, you look nice and warm over there.
Oh, I'm lovely and cozy. I was asleep 20 minutes ago.
It is early morning in Australia, so that's all
yeah, that's okay. It's all great. Well, I'm sure most of us know it takes 21 days to change a habit. and to reprogram. So I think this is really great that, you know, and there's a few days where I've forgotten to do it, so I've had to backtrack. But now it's every day. It just automatically comes to my mind to do the program. And yesterday I was talking to a friend saying I'd love to get a van and travel around Australia. And he said, well, I've got a caravan. That's it's not quite what I want. But anyway, you know, the intention is putting it out there. But what I love about this app, Paul, is that how's it going to make you feel mentally, emotionally, spiritually? And I think that really helps anchor it in as well. So that's a really good bonus. It's making me think of all the things that I'm going to spend my money on.
Yeah, that was a new field. Thanks to Nicolette. She asked me to add that in.
Yeah.
And wow, I thought that was a very powerful thing. You know, when you're actually thinking about how it makes you feel, because one way to actually speed up the attraction or making what you want into reality is to become more emotionally involved. It increases your vibration, and as you increase your vibration, it goes out further into the ether, as Napoleon Hill would say. So yeah, it's great. Sally,
So,
how you going?
can I just add
It's
something to that, Paul?
Sure, of course, yes, Nicolette.
And we unconsciously do this so well, but you just said what we think about it. My whole idea with this question was like getting out of your head and not think about it. Go into your heart and feel. Because we're thinking and thinking and thinking, but what are we feeling is actually what we embody, and what our body is saying, what is really is going on within us. So we get out of that head and actually close our eyes and just feel what it does when you just spend like $10,000 or $50,000 or $90,000. How does that make you feel? And then also feel what it does to your body, because your body will give a different vibration and energy to it as well. So does it feel right? Are you in alignment with what you're spending? Is this true your core purpose, what you're spending the money on? Or is it just because we just need to spend the money? Does it feel aligned with you? Does it make you happy? Does it make you sad? Does it make you feel guilty? Does it make you have shame around whatever comes up? It doesn't need to be positive, it can be negative. But if it's negative, then just think about it. Why does it make you feel like that? Why are you spending money on something but doesn't make you feel happy? And then try to shift that with the next time you spend the money, that it is actually a positive emotion what comes up, and a positive physical feel. If it hurts and it gets you pain somewhere in your body, it's not the right way to spend your money. So just feel about that, how it also physically feels in your body besides emotionally.
Yeah, absolutely. That was in the book Think and Grow Rich that we studied. That was actually one of, because I'm rereading it to my son now, it's one of the important things is, you know, as he says, we're a sending and receiving station. You know, our bodies are sending and receiving of thought. And what we do is we transmute our thought into a vibration. And it's that vibration that goes out and starts seeking a similar vibration to come back. So when you can allow this vibration to get into a higher level, that's when you're going to attract it faster. So you know, I love what you said and the way you've said it, Nicolette. There's just so much wisdom there. Sally, I know there's a lot happening, and your clothes are being cut now. So
yeah, I know.
There.
So I had a blonde moment all week, and it was only until yesterday that I said, "Hey, Paul, I think I've been only adding in $1,000 a day." I just got confused, even though it's my third time round. It was just like, whoa! And so he said, "Yeah, you've got like $54,000 or something to spend." So when I went back, because I was getting a bit frustrated, thinking it's too slow, because I was doing $1,000 a day. I don't know why I got that in my head, but then I thought, I never had enough money. And so I went back to this, I just need more, I just need more, because I got so used to spending so much each day and really having unlimited possibilities, and then going back and sort of being scaled back. It was actually quite interesting to go back and go, man, this is going to take me 6 payments to get through this thing. And in line with what Nicolette was saying, one of them was that I was paying for this person to get a coaching program, which was $6,000. So each star is just doing 1,000. I'm thinking, God, and then I've got this other thing I want to do, and this is going to take me 2 weeks. So it was interesting scaling back from having that initially going, oh my God, spending so much money. There's like, I felt guilty, and then I got into it, and then to peel it back was just like, oh, I've got so much more I need to do, or can help people or whatever. And, but it was just taking too long. So it was interesting. So now I'm back on track, but I don't know where I got that in my head just to do it $1,000 a day. But anyway, it was an interesting project to reverse it third time round, if you know what I mean, if that makes sense.
Well, that's an interesting insight, because I suspect that that's how people feel on a daily basis. Because they go out, they have their job, and they just get paid a certain amount. Yeah. And they go, oh, it's not fast enough or whatever. So very interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah, so it happened for a reason, is all I can say. But in line with Nicolette adding in that extra bit, or the suggestion, was really good, because it made me feel really good, but also frustrated, because I wanted to help this person, excuse me, do this program, but it was going to take me a week, to pay for it basically. So, and wanted it sooner. Yeah.
I love seeing your transformation, because you were the one that felt guilty at first, and then last time you said, "Oh yeah, no, I'm overspending."
Yeah, because it was so good, and just giving myself permission to do it, and now paring it back, that was just frustrating.
So yes, Alison, and then Claire. Alison.
Thanks, Paul. So I just wanted to add to what Nicolette was saying, because, I totally agree that when we're in this space of feeling guilt or shame or unworthiness about the money, then it defeats the purpose of the game and the programming, because we're trying to reprogram. But for some people, it's a really big leap to go from feeling unworthy to feeling deserving. So what I would just like to add is do it in baby steps. So from feeling unworthy, you might sort of think, how lucky am I? Or I'm so humble, or something like that, so that you can just take baby steps, and each sort of step will take you forward, because sometimes it's too big a leap to go from feeling guilty to feeling grateful. So we might just need to take those baby steps. And for each person, it will be different. So, for anybody who's listening who does have those concerns about, how do I get out of this kind of negative thought pattern? The key is to do it gradually, because often what has happened with our negative beliefs is they have come on gradually over the years. So it'll take time to undo them. It doesn't have to take the same amount of time. It just takes those little steps, and therefore you do it consistently, which is what we're talking about. And the more consistent you are, the quicker it'll change. So I just wanted to add that. And also, Nicolette, for bringing that up. So thank you for putting that on the radar. It's so important.
Yeah, within this group, you've got so many great and wise people. It's amazing. Claire, did you want to add something?
Yes, sorry, Paul. Can you explain how this works? Because I thought every day the money doubled. So for the first...
Yeah. So on day one, you get $1,000. Then on day 2, you'll get $2,000. Day 3, you get $3,000. Day 4, you get $4,000. So on day 30, you will get $30,000 to spend.
Okay.
So, it's just, whatever day it is, it's just a multiple of 1,000. So if you plan this for a year, at the end of the year, you'll get $365,000 in that final day.
Fantastic. Very nice. So it automatically just accrues?
Yeah. So what you don't spend in the app, it's just adding it up and adding it up. I know Gregory, who couldn't join us, his daily ritual is similar to Ray's, where he just comes in and he's just adding the money. So and then at the end he's just going to spend it all on us anyway because he loves Australians.
He can come out to Australia.
Yeah, well, I think he's an honorary Australian now. So I just want to ask about feedback about Nicolette's extra field, where it says, how does this make you feel spiritually, emotionally, and physically? Sonny's given us a bit of a feedback, and Nicolette told us. Does anybody else have any comments about that extra field? Yes, Alison.
I can't see it in my app, Paul. So
Yours? Okay. I had. It's when you make a purchase. So
okay.
have you made a purchase recently?
No, not in the
Okay.
last couple of days. All right. Thanks.
So it was only added the other day. So when I first did it, I think it's makes a huge difference to your whole experience of the game. It's like, before it was like, oh, I've got $20,000. I'll just go and spend on this and this. And as Nicolette was saying, it was just, well, I just got to spend the money. But now when it goes, well, how's it making you feel? It makes a huge difference. All right, there is something before we go. I want to bring, or Alice was playing a very interesting game or meditation yesterday called I Am Money. So I just want Alison just to give us a little bit of what that was, and to see if we're going to do it, who will be interested in participating in this. So Alison, I know I'm just throwing you in the deep end, but I know you're capable. Can you tell us about the I Am Money meditation?
Sure. Thanks, Paul. So I did this last week at a course that I was on, and I found it really insightful. And the whole premise is that we think of money as something outside of ourselves, but when we become money, so it's a personification game. When you become money, then you get a whole different, well, for me anyway, you get a really great insight into your relationship with money, because when you are money, you then are looking at, with the questions are all scripted to give you a particular insight into what you think about money. And these days I've changed my opinion about money. I now see money as an energy. I now do see it as a means of transaction. So for some people who haven't made that leap yet, and even if you have, it just gives you a deeper understanding of how you view money in your life, because as we know, how we think about money, like with this game, is how money will show up or not in our lives. So I just really love the fact that it takes you on a different tack to exploring your relationship with money. And the whole premise is that, first you're yourself, and we sort of do a bit of breathing and get into the zone, so to speak, and then you visualize a pile of money in front of you, and then you step into that zone of where the money is, so that you embody the money and you take on that identity of money. And from that place, you answer the questions, which is really beautiful. And I can't wait to do it again. I think we're going to do it in our group next week again, Paul, because everybody wanted to do it again.
All right. So if anybody wants to do that, I know Sally and Ali, it's their group. So Claire, Ray, Nicolette, if you want to do that, we're going to do it in your group next Monday. Is that right, Alison?
Yeah, but we can even do it in here if you like, and that way you can stream it to everyone.
All right. Okay. So if you do want to participate, just let me know, and I'll create a time where we can do this. So just drop me a message in Messenger or Claire in Telegram. Okay.
Sure.
All right. So it's the top of the hour, as I would say. Thank you everybody for your time today, and let's go. And the money's now starting to become a little bit serious. For you guys, you're up to what, $14,000 a day, $15,000, $16,000, $17,000. Nicolette, I can't wait to hear how you and your husband do this together. I think it's very powerful to do it with your spouse. So I'll see you guys all next week.
Okay, guys. Yeah.
Cool.
Thanks for your time.
everyone.
Thanks, Paul.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye.